Good afternoon. This is Stephen and Jennifer and our daughter Emily with the Iowa Backyard Farmer coming to you today on August 7th for one more cherry tomato taste test.
Yeah, we have tasted all the tomatoes. I think this is the fourth video that we've made today on tasting cherry tomatoes, and we're going to see if anything can impress us on this last trial because we have tried a lot of tomatoes today.
Yeah, and the flavors are all over the place, but I thought we'd end off today with cherry and grape tomatoes that are red or pink. And there's more options than you might think, but we've narrowed it down to just about 12 to try today. So where do you want to start?
Let's start here. This is Patio Choice Red.
Okay.
It is a shorter cherry tomato. It's meant for growing in a pot, and we've got it growing in a bucket. And it's very productive. I will say that this one has split on us more than some of the others.
And I don't remember that being an issue in years past, but certainly compared to everything else this year, this is by far the worst for splitting, regardless of the rain and everything else. So something that we'll take into consideration.
What do you think?
It tastes like a tomato.
It tastes like a cherry tomato.
It's a very nice, just standard, I think,
cherry tomato flavor.
Standard cherry tomato flavor, but it's also, to me, had a little thicker skin than maybe I was anticipating,
which is unusual because it's been splitting.
Yeah, usually if they split, they have a thinner skin. So anyway, okay.
It's okay. It may not make our lineup next year because of the extra splitting, even though it is very productive. In the right place and space, that one would be a good producer. This one is Mountain Magic. This is a cocktail-sized tomato. We get a bunch of these, and they're a little bit bigger. They're very productive. The Mountain series is really good because it has more disease resistance and good productivity. Let's see how the flavor does.
And historically, they've had really good flavor as well. So
yeah, we've grown this one for a lot of years. Here, I'll cut it in smaller pieces. So we've eaten a lot of tomato.
me, that's more of a classic tomatoey flavor. And this is a type that probably can handle a little bit of salt, so we'll do that one.
Yeah. Are you liking, not liking it? The texture's good. The shape is good. It doesn't crack. And the flavor is very nice. It's not some of our other videos where we're testing the black ones and the yellow ones and some of the other ones. They have a lot more nuance, a lot of undertones, different flavors. These are just kind of
nice.
So
it's a nice, yeah. It feels safe, right?
I like that one.
You like that one? Okay. Okay.
Feels like you've probably eaten those before from, like, I don't know,
100 times.
The grocery store.
Okay. So
next up is SuperSweet 100.
This is SuperSweet 100. This should taste like every cherry tomato you've ever wanted to eat in your whole life. But we've got Sweet Million right next to it, and we'll see if we can taste the difference.
Got some zing.
Has more
super sweet zing.
That's what it's. You got that sweetness and the acidity. It balances out.
That is super intense.
It's very good, isn't it? That's why that's a classic. So.
And it's typically very productive.
Ours is a little young because ours died. We had to buy one at the store. It's late. Let's see. So this is Sweet Million, which is in that same category. See if you can taste the difference. See if there's any difference.
We brought in Sweet Million thinking maybe it could replace SuperSweet 100. I don't know that it will, though.
Nowhere near the zing of the other one.
This one's sweeter.
Yeah. So.
Like, other than the zing, I think they're the same.
I'm going SuperSweet 100 on this row. That one's my favorite.
Yeah.
This one's my favorite.
Mountain Magic is your favorite on that row for flavor? Okay.
The zing of SuperSweet 100 surprised me this time.
Well,
but it is very sweet.
It is very sweet. Okay, so what do I got here? This is Husky Cherry.
Yep, Husky Cherry.
And this is a dwarf indeterminate, so it's meant to be grown shorter, but it's indeterminate, so it grows all season long, and we've had a good harvest off of it. It's not been splitting or doing anything weird. It's got a nice uniform growth habit.
One of the healthier plants later in the season.
Yeah, we're in August and it's looking pretty good.
That's a sour one.
It is not as sweet as those, is it? But still, it's a nice tomato flavor.
One. Yeah, it is not as sweet. But in terms of if you're going to go buy a pint of cherry tomatoes in the grocery store, there's a good chance this is what it'll taste like.
Yeah, it's got a nice cherry tomato flavor. Okay, this one none of us have tried yet. This is again one that I picked up at the store. This is Tammy Grape.
Tammy Grape. So
we've got a Napa Grape, a cherry, a Ruby Crush, a Juliet, and one other grape on the table here. This is our first grape one. They've got a little elongated shape. I don't know if it's
like no seeds in it.
Yeah, there's less seeds.
That's pretty small compared to some of the others.
I'm feeling a little meh about that one.
Not a favorite.
Yeah. So like I said, it's smaller, so the skin to flesh ratio is not great.
I'm still
flavor's
on
fine.
The skin.
Yeah, the flavor's fine, but not a standout.
Yeah, it would taste like it's not objectionable. It's good.
Yeah.
So next to that, what do we have? Is this?
This is Juliet.
This is Juliet.
Which we always laugh and say, is this really a grape tomato or is this just a really small Roma tomato?
And in July, when we picked these, they were much bigger. As the season progresses, a lot of these fruits will get smaller, and Juliet has shrunk on me a little bit, but it is still on the bigger side for a grape tomato if you're comparing it to like Tammy Grape. It's a bigger grape. And to me, it tastes like a Roma tomato.
Yeah.
It's a tomato.
Every time. It's not nearly as sweet.
Yeah, it's not.
It tastes a lot like just a regular nice Roma tomato.
But they produce really well.
And they do. And my daughter loves these to, if you needed like an individual portion sized little cut up tomato on top of something. That's a really nice
really
one.
Good one, yeah.
It is a little thicker skinned. It's not one that I'm going to pick out of the garden and be like, you know, I can walk by these and be like, oh, I'm going to just eat one while I'm out here. Juliet's not one that I pick for that.
Nope, I agree. So next one up is Ruby Crush.
Ruby Crush. And we grew this for the first time last year and loved it. It's kind of on the pinker side of red for the grapes. And it just pumps them out. And today was no exception. We picked a pint of Ruby Crush off this morning. They don't split.
They held their size really well last year, better than anything else did. And
they're holding their size this year too.
And they held their flavor too. Sometimes you get to really late in the season and the flavor seems a little off. These, I couldn't tell the difference between July and September in terms of size and flavor.
Yeah, they were very consistent. They were good producers.
So nice. I like that one. I would keep Ruby Crush in the lineup.
Yeah, in terms of the plant is not melting down, getting diseased, the fruit is not shrinking. It's still tasting good and looking good. Flavor, yeah. It's a good thing.
So for that row, I would choose Ruby Crush as my choice.
Okay. And then over here, this is a new one to us. We're trialing this year. This is Sunpeach.
So Sunpeach is more of a pink one.
Yeah, and they've gotten smaller on me. They were bigger in July. So I'm going to cut up a couple of them here. But it's again a pink. And
they come very highly recommended. They're not as productive as some of the others.
But it's decently productive.
But it's acceptable. But if you're going for poundage, this is probably not going to be the winner.
A stronger flavor.
It's a sweeter flavor, and it's got that fruity undertone. So you're getting sweeter and fruitier.
Oh, I like it.
I like it.
It is a very good flavor. It is, like you said, a little smaller than they were earlier in the season, but I would still grow it.
Yeah, it's not bad. You want any more?
Yeah. Next
one
up.
Being honest. Okay. She's tasted so many tomatoes. We're like
so many tomatoes.
Tomatoes this morning. Okay.
Next one up is Raspberry Drop. So this is another pink one that, put these side by side. It is quite a bit bigger than Sunpeach.
smaller than, well, it's about the same size as Juliet right now.
Yeah, but I think these have held
These have held their size better.
size really well, whereas Juliet got smaller throughout the season.
Definitely thicker skin on that one. Bit more of a fruity aftertaste too.
You do get the fruitier flavor. It does have a little thicker skin than Sunpeach, but you get that same like fruity, light, refreshing.
It's refreshing and light and
but flavorful. It's not
flavorful, but mild.
Yeah, it's not zinging you.
Yeah, so I like that one a lot.
All right, so this one is Little Birdy Red Robin, and some of these are splitting, and I'm going to take them out. But this is from our smallest tomato plant. So we have some of the great big ones, SuperSweet 100, Napa Grape. Some of them are 6 feet tall. Our Little Birdy Red Robin plant is only about that tall, and it kind of set fruit kind of all at once. And we'd had it in a pot, and then we took it out. And so it probably isn't going to make the cut next year because it kind of just puts all the fruit on at once. And my Tumbling Tom Red has done better production. But let's see how it tastes.
Well, first time. I don't know that I've had one of these.
Oh, sour.
Very strong flavor.
It is more assertive.
Yeah, I get a strong, when you bite into it and get the juice, you get this kind of a bang, and then it quickly recedes.
Try one more.
Yeah.
It's not as sweet as the Sunpeach or raspberry drop.
No.
Not by a mile. I'm going to try another.
Come on, the cat's up here.
That one didn't have the zing, but it's kind of got a little sour.
So nothing wrong with it.
Nothing wrong with that. If you wanted, I would put that in the novelty category. If you just want to grow something that's really small and
the plant's
it's only that tall, and it kind of puts fruit on all at once. That's kind of cute. If you wanted something that tastes fantastic, I'd pick a different one.
Yeah. Yep, I agree.
Okay.
So last one up today is Napa Grape, and this is one from Burpee that we've grown for a lot of years. They claimed, their claim is that it's the sweetest tomato out there. I don't know. I'm curious to give it a try.
They have that claim for a reason.
That's pretty sweet.
It's a good tomato.
Very good. I don't know that it's sweeter than, I don't know. Give me another raspberry drop.
And I'll do a comparison. So this is Napa Grape. We're going to try it with the raspberry drop against it. There you go. Are you doing side by side, or are you full?
I'm full.
Okay.
Dude, how many tomato varieties have we eaten today?
Let's not count.
There's so many.
It is sweeter than raspberry drop.
You think so?
Mm-hmm.
I was going to say the other direction. So give me another Napa Grape then, please.
Yep. That's really right.
Yeah, get one that's
good and ripe.
Good and ripe.
Okay.
This one here.
Oh, I cut that one.
Okay. That's very good and sweet. If I had to choose between the two, I'd go with the raspberry drop though.
Yeah, so this one's really sweet. The raspberry drop has those fruity undertones that this one, the Napa Grape, doesn't. Napa Grape, if you're growing it in the garden, is a big leggy plant, and it goes everywhere.
It's very productive.
It's very productive, and it's very large. But they're very good.
Yeah, so if you had to choose just one cherry and one grape, so you get
two picks
out of here, one cherry and one grape, which ones would you choose?
I like Napa Grape and I like Mountain Magic.
Mountain Magic and Napa Grape? Okay. What would you choose? It's so hard.
For the straight up cherries, I still like SuperSweet 100. SuperSweet 100 for cherries just has the really good flavor. For grape tomatoes, if you put me on the spot, I would say Ruby Crush for productivity for the all-around package deal. It's doing everything for me. But I really like the fruity tones of the Sunpeach and the Raspberry Drop.
Yeah, we're pretty aligned on that. If I could only choose one cherry, would be the SuperSweet 100, and I guess I would echo you on the others. If I had to force it down to just one, I'd probably go with the Raspberry Drop.
Raspberry Drop
for flavor.
For flavor, and it's a nice. It has that nice bigger flavor. It's a nice plant. It's not giving me any problems. But that Ruby Crush just keeps pumping
Ruby
them out,
Crush is
and they're very consistent.
Yep, and we've been very pleased with them. So, anyway, I'm curious: are there red or pink cherry or grape tomatoes that we are not trying that you think we should? Please put those down in the comments. Otherwise, like and subscribe and follow us for more tomato taste testing coming up. We'll talk to you later.
Bye.
Bye bye.